Okay, hello, listener. My name is William. Okay, now today I'm going to read another part of the Bible. Today I'm going to read Leviticus chapter 25. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, in the Mount Sinai, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye come into the land which I gave you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto the Lord. 6 years thou shalt sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard, and gather in the fruit thereof. In the seventh year shall the Sabbath rest unto the land, a Sabbath for the Lord. Ye shalt neither sow thy field, nor prune my vineyard. And which growth of its own accord, the harvest thou shalt not reap. Neither gather the grapes of the vine undressed, for it is a year rest unto the land. And the Sabbath of the land shall be meat for you, for thee, and for thy servant, for thy maid, for thy hired servant, for thy stranger is sojourning with thee, and for thy cattle, for the beasts of thy hand, shall all the increase thereof be meat. And the shall number of the 7 Sabbath in the years unto thee. 7 times 7 years, these 7 Sabbaths of the 7 years, that shall be unto thee for 9 years. Then shalt thou case the trumpet of the Jubilee to sound on the 10th day of the 7th month. In the day of the atonement shall ye make a trumpet sound throughout all of your land. And ye shall make a hollow of the 15th year, and proclaim liberty through all the land of the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be a jubilee unto you, and it shall return every man unto his possession. And ye shall return every man unto his family. A jubilee it shall at 15th year be unto you. And ye shall not sow, neither reap which goeth and self in it, nor gather the grapes of thy vine undressed. For it is the Jubilee, it shall be holy unto you, and it shall eat up the increase thereof out of the field. In the year of this Jubilee, ye shall return every man which unto his possession. If they sell aught unto thy neighbor, or buyest out of thy neighbor's hand, ye shall not oppress one another. According to the number of years after the Jubilee, thou shalt buy thy neighbor. According to the number of the years of the fruits he shall set unto thee. According to the multitude of years, thou shalt increase the price thereof, or according to the fewness of years, thou shalt diminish the price of it, or according to the number of the years of the fruits do as they shall sell unto thee. You should not therefore oppress one another, but thou shalt fear thy God, and for I am the Lord your God. Wherefore ye shall do my statutes, and keep my judgments, and do them. Ye shall dwell in the land and safely, in the land of the yield of fruit, and ye shall eat your fill, and dwell there in safety. It shall say, you shall eat in the 7th year, and I will command the blessing in the 6th year. Thou shalt bring forth fruit for 3 years. It is also in the 8th year, and yet eat yet of the old fruit until the 9th year. And her fruits they shall eat of the old store. The land shall not be sold forever. The land is mine, for ye are strangers and sojourners with me. For all land of your possession, you shall grant a redemption of your land. If thy brother waxen poor, and the hand sold away from his possession, if any way of his kin come and redeem it, it shall be redeemed which is the brother sold. And if any man have none to redeem it, himself he will redeem it. And then account for the years of the sale thereof, and restore the overplus unto the man who hath sold it, and yet in return unto his possession. The point now you restored it to him, then what is sold, which is remaining in the hand of him. The heather brought until the year of Jubilee, and in the Jubilee he shall come out, and he shall return in his possession. And if a man is sell a dwelling in the cells of the walled city, then he may redeem it within the whole year after the sold. In the full year may he redeem it. And if not redeemed in the full space in the full year in the house, that's when the walled city is subject forever to him abroad throughout the generations. It shall not go out in the Jubilee. And the houses of the villages have no wall round about, and that count of the fields of the country, and may be redeemed. And it shall go out in the Jubilee. Notwithstanding the cities of the Levites, in the house of the cities of the possession, many of the Levites redeemed at any time. The men purchased the Levites, the house that was sold, the city possession, and go out of the year of the Jubilee for the houses, the cities of the Levites of their possession among the children of Israel. But by the field of the suburbs of the city may not be sold, for it is your perpetual possession. And thy brother of the wrecks and poor of the fallen in decay with thee, and then thou shalt relieve him, and through a stranger or a sojourner he may live with thee. Thou shalt usury of him will increase before thy God, thy brother may live with thee. Thou shalt not give thy money upon usury, nor lend him in thy victuals for increase. And the Lord your God which brought you forth out of the Egypt, and give the land of Canaan to be your God, and if thy brother dwelleth by thee and makes him poor and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bold servant. Be as a hired servant, and as a sojourner shall deserve him the year of Jubilee. And he shall depart from thee, and for he eat his children with him, and shall return of his family, and unto the possession of his fathers shall he return. And for all my servants, which have brought forth unto the land of Egypt, and it shall not be sold as bondsmen. And you shall not rule over him with fulgur, which shall fear thy God. Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, be heathen that are round about you. Of them ye shall buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, the children of the strangers who sojourn among you, they shall ye buy of your families that are with you, and be God of their land. It shall be your possession. You shall take the inheritance for your children after you, and inherit the possession. And for thy be your bondmen forever, and the brethren of the children of Israel. You shall not order another of the rigor, and if the sojourner of the stranger wax by thee, and thy brother dwelleth the wax poor, send the stuff unto the stranger sojourn by thee, and the stock of the stranger's family. He is sold by redeeming again, one of his brethren may redeem him. And his uncle for his son may redeem him. Only the night, if kin unto him is his family. Therefore, if he be able to, he may redeem himself. Okay, I gotta stay here because I'm sick. I'm still a little sick. We'll be back, okay? Okay, have fun. It shall reckon him with him brought up from the year that was sold unto him in the year of the Jubilee. And the price of, the sale of according to his numbers of years, according to the fire shall be with him. And if there shall be yet behind, according to he shall give the price of the redemption out of the money of he was brought for. And if there be a few years unto the year of Jubilee, and then you shall count with them according to the years that shall be given him the price of his redemption. It is a yearly hired serpent, he shall be with him, and the other shall not rule with rigor over him with thy sight. And if he be not redeemed in these years, it shall go out of the year of Jubilee. Both he and his children with him. And for ye unto the children of Israel are serpents, that are my servants, right bought in the land of Egypt. For I am Lord your God. Okay, that's any of Leviticus chapter 25. Next video, I'll read Leviticus chapter 26. Okay. Well, I gotta go right now, but thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.